Eventful start to the Emirates FA Cup third round. We've got 4 more ties for you tonight, including the holders Arsenal, 8-time winners Tottenham and Newport County, who are one of the lowest ranked sides in this round. And there's no lack of cup experience between my 2 guests this evening, Kevin Kilban and Mark Lawrenson. Well, it's not the first time, of course, we've heard Arsene Wenger say he didn't see it, but
he probably didn't see it, did he?
There might be a bit of sympathy amongst you two. I mean, look, let's have a look at that second penalty. Before we congratulate Forest on what was a terrific win in a great cup tie, was this a double hit by Kieran Dowell?
Yes, it was. John Moss, I don't know, if John Moss doesn't see it, he can't clearly see it, I don't know how he can give it. He's gone to speak with his assistant at the far side. It clearly comes off his right standing foot that goes underneath him. And yes, it shouldn't have been given, but it's such a difficult one for John Moss to call, given the pace of everything. That's the best angle. Yeah. You can see his foot down.
Loads of angles as well.
We did 4 or 5 times, Laura, before we could see it, and that was the thing.
What I like about it, Manish, is, you know, as a referee, whatever decision you make, you've got to be 100% certain. And if you're not, even if there's 1%, you don't give it. And I think that's exactly what he did.
There's no doubt Nottingham Forest enjoyed and deserved their moment in the sun and the victory as well. But as much as Kieran Dowell played his part with that penalty, he played a part, of course, in the first goal for Forest. It was a good move. But from an Arsenal perspective, how bad was the defending?
Oh, well, they were horrendous at the back, I'm afraid. And, you know, I mean, Ben Brereton, we're going to show later on, he absolutely terrorised him. So the set-up here to defend this free kick, and, you know, can he look at it and think, how on earth did that get in? Well, the first thing is, the boys on the 6-yard line have got to take the line off where the wall is, the last man closest to the goal. And they're all just stood in there. And as it runs on and you watch it, all Lehigh is, he just jogs in. And he goes, oh, thanks very much, I'll just go and head it in the net. And I mean, Mertesacker's there with his hand up. So it's page 3 of the defending. Honestly, in the Beano, it really seriously is. And it continued.
I mean, it did continue. That was the problem with them today as well. I think they were exposed with pace defensively, yes, but it was the amount of errors that they made, basic errors. And as soon as Traore gets away from Mertesacker, it's the recovery run. He's the wrong side, Debuchy. He makes the challenge and gives the penalty away, yes, but it was the errors that were continuously being made, I think, by them throughout that give Forest the chance.
And I'll tell you what's really interesting is when you pick that team, which Wenger did today, you're kind of gambling. You're thinking, this team is good enough to beat this Championship team or 13th or 14th. But normally, excuse me, on the bench, you have reinforcements or an insurance policy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But when you looked actually at the Arsenal's bench today, they just didn't. So it was a massive gamble that just failed.
It's the first time Arsene Wenger has lost in the third round of the FA Cup, which is an incredible statistic. Yeah. It's the first time a lower league side has hit 4 goals against Arsenal in the FA Cup in over 100 years. Now, it saved their seasons in 3 of the last 4 campaigns.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. How much of a blow is it today, that one defeat?
Well, it's a massive blow to it, isn't it? Because you felt as though it was probably the only competition that they'd realistically have a chance. I know the Europa League, yes, but I felt this was the competition that had a really, really good chance of going for, of course, in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. But I felt as though they could have had a really good go again at this one again this season, and no, it was poor from them.
Well, so now you're relying on either winning the Europa League, obviously, or finishing in the top 4, which again is a big ask. And Kev says they've got Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, and Chelsea would be favourites. So it was a big deal, really, losing that game.
For Forest, though, I mean, to make the victory even more special, 5 players featured in the game today who came from their academy. And one in particular stood out for you, Ben Brereton.
Most definitely. Ben Brereton was outstanding. He played like an experienced striker. I mean, he's 18 years old. You'd have thought he was 30 years old the way that he played. Yes, I think we know, as I spoke about before, Arsenal do lack pace defensively, but it was how he was getting himself in positions. He was playing off the shoulder of Mertesacker. He was spinning continuously into the inside left channel, exposing weaknesses and getting himself chances. Able as well to see the opportunities when they arose. And, I mean, again, I don't think he's probably the quickest of striker. I just think he's a clever striker. I think he plays on that shoulder and he's instantly on the move, especially when he gets his chance like this as well. Gets one-on-one with that last line defence, takes it across, and but for a really good save from Ospina, that could have been another goal for him today as well. His hold-up play and everything I thought was excellent. This one here gets himself the wrong side again of the defence, holds it up, and because they were dropping deep at times, Forest, they relied upon Brereton to hold the ball up, and that's what he had to do. He had to bring others into play, Laurel. Yeah.
Well, he stretched Arsenal, which is the big thing, but also just by the fact that he got onto the end of so much, he allowed the midfield players to get into the game as well. So consequently, took his penalty brilliantly. Consequently, the game was kind of opened up completely, and it made such a difference. In the end, Mertesacker and Holding had absolutely no idea how to play against him.
Just look at the statistics, look at the age. I mean, those are the 5 players that featured today.
Do you know the thing about that as well, Manish, though, is that Gary Bazil knows all those boys, and he would know exactly how to tick the boxes with them.
And that alludes to my next point, because these are exciting times, because it didn't work for Mark Warburton, clearly, but in the last 12 months, the fan base at the City Ground's been rejuvenated. They're averaging over 25,000 as a home attendance for the first time in a decade.
But
look, I was just going to say, the next appointment is going to be huge.
Well, because they keep sacking managers. And is it 10 in 9 years or 9 in 10 years? And that's just permanent, man. You cannot keep doing it. So the next appointment has to be the right appointment, or at least give the new manager, whoever he is, a chance.
And we have to show, before we move on, the goal, the second from Eric Lehigh. The touch of the Stuart McCalls from the 89.
Nobody will remember that. Even I don't remember that, and I'm no buffer, right? But what a goal this is. Absolutely fabulous. Again, Brereton in there, and header comes out. Wasn't the worst header in the world, but off the chest. You could not. He could do that another 99 times, Eric Lehigh. Never even hit the target.
I said Friday, Jesse Lingard, no one had hit a better strike in this weekend's fixtures, but I mean that's right up there, certainly with that one anyway. What a goal that is! It's just a great goal, isn't it?
You can see how Ospina was just left off guard there.
Yeah, he can't move, he can't react to it because he hits it instantly.
Unstoppable.
Touch and hit, it is unstoppable goal. Brilliant finish.
Great day then for Nottingham Forest. Now
I'm massively pleased from the players, and I think they put a really good shift in and got a deserved victory. But for the fans, that's fantastic, and they go home happy, and it's a good day all round for the club.
When you don't win, the selection is always questioned. We had that done many times, and I believe we had an experienced team, despite the fact that selection will be questioned. We had 8 or 9 international players and only 2 young players in the team. So I believe as well would be a bit easy to just think that was the problem today.
Eric, congratulations, 2 goals. Second one especially was an incredible strike.
Yeah, it was good. Just good overall team performance, and it was a special goal for me. And I said earlier that I'll probably show that to the grandkids one day.
There was a lot of conversation about the penalty decision, that when the penalty was taken, it may have been hit twice by the player. What's your view of it?
I didn't see it. And for the referee, honestly, I've said what I had to say. I don't need to say anything anymore, and that's all I can tell you.